Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Audi. Visit your New England area Audi dealer today. WB Mason, get free next day business delivery from your local hometown team. Mass Golf, become a member today and get a handicap index from the USGA. Sullivan Tire, official tire and auto service of the Red Sox. And by buyatoyota.com for offers not seen on TV. Visit buyatoyota.com. Great site there. Relatively dry at Fenway. We're going to be in and out on the weather throughout the early part of the day, essentially. That's what we're being told. Here's a look at the Padres lineup presented by Xfinity. Ramon Laureano will lead things off. Fernando Tatis Jr. in right. Jackson Maryland center. Manny Machado has not hit a home run. Andujar is the DH. Xander Bogaerts 4 for 10 against Rangers Suarez. Castellanos, Cronenworth, Campusano round out the starting 9.
The Red Sox starting pitcher is presented by buyatoyota.com. It's a veteran. Rangers Suarez, see the numbers last year with Philadelphia, that 3.20 ERA in 157 innings. Step-wise, this is what his arsenal looked like against Houston. It was cutter heavy. More than double the usage from the year ago. The sinker's going to sit around that 92, 91, 92 range with the changeup, four-seamer, and the curveball. Defensively for Ranger, behind him, the defense presented by Car Shield. It's going to be Caleb Durbin back at third base with Story and Meyer up the middle. Contreras will be at first. The outfield, a little different look today. Left to right, Yoshida, Duran, and Abreu with Carlos Narvaez behind the dish.
The umpires for today's game, that is Laz Diaz behind the plate. Brian Honora at first, Chris Siegel at second. Eric Bacchus makes the calls at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP is brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. And the weather forecast today, chance of showers. Humidity is 97%. It's only 49 degrees. And that is our forecast today. Hopeful of getting it in. And we're on time as Laureano sets up against Rangers Suarez. Hitting 308 with a couple of home runs. And we're underway on strike one. Chief Baseball Officer Craig Breslow will join us in the second.
Happy Easter, everybody. It's a nice day for this offense to rise from the dead. I don't know. See what happens.
Knew you were waiting to get that in.
10 hits, 10 runs.
Tap softly. Durbin on the charge. Right in front of Story and gets him. One down.
Yeah, Ranger Suarez trying to build off that last outing against Houston. We talk about the WBC, the spring training he had. I think the pitch count now is, he went 76 pitches. I don't think it's an issue really anymore. We'll see if the weather kind of permits, but you want more of that right there. The weak ground balls, the weak contact, live on the edges. This is how this guy has been an elite pitcher in this league.
Tatis at 200. Struck out 4 times yesterday.
One at bat just goes to show you.
Right.
4 at bats. It's baseball, right? You always tell every young kid, hey, it doesn't matter what you did before. It's about the next AB. And of course, the double off Chapman scored the winning run.
The 0-1. And we were told that line shot over the head of Cedar Rafaela was a 65% catch rate.
113 off the bat. This is a big human being who'll hit it. Yeah, I don't understand. Is that taking in, I don't know, positioning for Cedar Rafaela? Did that look like a ball that you said, oh my God, he should have caught?
No, it did not. It looked like 113 miles an hour. He was in the box when it came up and hit him. So 1 and 2 on Tatis. He's 4 for 13 against Suarez. You know, it hasn't been a picture perfect defensive start for Cedar, that's for sure. And lost the ball in the sun the other day. That'll happen even to a great outfielder like him. But that was a sizzling line drive and a huge hit for Tatis in a game where both teams were starved for offense. One down and a 2-2. And Ranger, good career numbers against San Diego. 8 games, a 2.39 ERA. As a starter, he's 3-1 against them with a 2.54 earned run average. They've had their own problems swinging the bats. 3-2. And going to walk him. So Suarez walks the second man he faces. Jackson Merrill next.
I'm curious to see the start to start, right? The first start, it's hard to look at a guy and say, oh, this is what he wants, because that cutter usage was up. It's the most pitch he threw against Houston, 32%. Last year was 17%. He just tries to sink that fastball, as you're seeing. They'll change up, get guys to chase, get guys to nibble, and try to miss barrels.
Now Merrill off to a quiet start, 185 with a home run, but 3 for 8 lifetime against Ranger Suarez. Red Sox 6 losses, tied with the A's, Giants, and Rockies for the most in Major League Baseball. Socked down the left field line, foul. And of course, everybody looks at the standings, and yeah, the Yankees are 7-1. Red Sox 5 games off the pace at this point, but it's the last thing in the world you have to concern yourself about.
Yeah, I'm not worried about scoreboard watching a record. It's more of an in-house thing. Get this team swinging the bat.
Line but foul off to the right.
You're averaging 3 runs a game. I think only San Fran's worse than you right now, and that's really what this has come down to here so far. You lost 3 one-run ball games for the first 8. Of course, you explode for some offense, get some easier wins.
Red Sox doing far too much chasing out of the strike zone. In fact, it's a Major League Baseball worst chase rate, 33.3%. A lot of trouble with the offense right now. That's one of them. Runners in scoring position, 167. Toss over, back in Tatis Jr.
Well, when you mentioned some of those offensive numbers, it's not a surprise that where you are this early in the year at 2-6.
One-two runner holding, ground ball right back at him. He'll fling it into second, out there, double play. And a quick double play turn by Suarez, Story, and Contreras. A turnaround today brought to you by Plymouth Rock. It goes Anthony, Story, Duran, 1-2-3. Contreras in the 4th spot. Abreu, Yoshida in left. Durbin back at third. Meyer at second. Narvaez doing the catching. The Red Sox face right-hander Walker Buehler. 0-1 with a .675 earned run average. And deals a strike.
Padres starting pitcher presented by WB Mason. This is numbers here from last year with the Red Sox and then with Philly at the end of the year. Got that ERA under 5. Threw the ball pretty well in Philadelphia. As for his arsenal, saw here last year, the fastball not blowing anybody away anymore. It's 92, 93. Loves the cutter. Got 7 pitches. The curveball's always been a good pitch for him. Throwing a little bit more of it this year, but another guy you got to be patient with.
Roman will pop this one up into the fog. Xander Bogaerts into left, coming on Laureano behind him. He'll call him off. 1 down.
Let's check out the Padres defense. At third base, Manny Machado's back over there with Bogaerts and Cronenworth up the middle. Nick Castellanos will be at first base today. The outfield left to right, Laureano, Merrill, and Tatis, with Luis Campusano doing the catch.
Now the struggling Trevor Story to hit against Walker Buehler. 108, 1 home run for Story. Does have 2 career home runs against Buehler. Otherwise, he's 7 for 35 off him.
Well, Trevor's got to get back to spring training mode. When you watched him down there, he had a couple of triples to right center. He's hitting line drives to right field, using the whole ballpark. That chase and swing and miss. There's a lot of quick on that front shoulder, pull side.
Started slowly last year, that's true. But by April 18th, he had hit 5 home runs.
Yeah, early the first few weeks wasn't bad. It was the month of May.
And tight.
You know, and we're 8 games in here deep, but we forget about the month of May. The entire month was a lot of this. And Cora stuck with him, and from June on to the rest of the year, he's one of his best hitters.
The 2-1 punched in for a strike. That fastball sitting at 92. Well, he's played 8 games. He has not drawn a walk. As a team, the Red Sox haven't drawn walks. In the American League, only the A's have fewer. In the National League, only Colorado and Arizona. I'd like to see more patience up and down the lineup. Take a ball 4 once in a while.
Well, you get ahead in counts, you know, fall behind counts an awful lot. Then when you finally get up 2-0, 3-1, are you swinging at the right pitch? Are you just anticipating fastballs down the middle, hoping it's there?
And he strikes him out on a sweeper away. 2 up and 2 down.
Well, again, 3-2. This is just. There's been a lot of this too, like they're swinging like balls way off the plate. Like, to me, that right there, he almost anticipating a heater inner half to drive, right? Not seeing the baseball out of the hand, not wanting to use the whole field, just committed.
Jared Duran, quiet start, 200 without a home run. Just not any base runners, and consequently only the White Sox, Cleveland, and the A's have a lower team on base percentage in the American League than the Red Sox at .294.
Yeah, when that happens too, you talk about this team, move the line, right? You don't have that one guy you circle in your lineup, but you move the line, use your speed, run the bases. They got 2 stolen bases, both by Jared Duran. They haven't been getting on. Story's a guy that stole 30.
Curveball, 1-2. So Walker Buehler facing the Red Sox for the first time. That means he's down to 1 team remaining he has never faced. That's Minnesota. 2 down, bases empty. 2-2.
By the way, Laz Diaz behind the plate. So far, when it comes to ABS, there's been 12 pitches challenged. 6 have been overturned. Just a high number. 12. Couple starts behind the plate.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back to the knuckle curve. 1-2-3 go to Red Sox in the first side. Second inning. Red Sox and the San Diego Padres. 0-0. Last game of the series. Conversation here between Laz Diaz and Ranger Suarez, who went 14 pitches in the first. Got a sharp ball right back to him, double play ball. He's going to be penalized here. That was the reason for the conversation. And so it's going to start with ball 1.
Well, a lot of times you get cut short, maybe one warm-up pitch, and you decide to throw it anyway, and Laz Diaz gets him for it.
So the 1-0 in for a strike on Machado, who was grateful for that because he's only 2 for 15 against Ranger in his career, including the playoffs. And a strike.
He walked 3 times yesterday, so stepping into the box 1-0 was pretty familiar, right, to him.
1-2 the count. Andujar and then Xander Bogaerts to follow. Red Sox new left-hander with a 2-2.
Yeah, before the game, a couple of reporters had asked Alex how he felt Suarez would kind of adapt. You know, the conditions, cold, wet, damp. So he pitched in Philly. I mean, it's not like he's out in San Diego his whole career, right? So, I mean, he's kind of accustomed to throwing in April and in the postseason.
Philly isn't 75 and sunny every day?
No, not last I checked. Not really. He's been great in the postseason. I was talking about it for a while. 11 games, 8 starts, 4-1, 1.48 ERA.
Yeah, he's been nails in October. Sharply hit, but Durbin collects that. And Machado retired 5-3.
We got to show that double play that ended the first inning, because Ranger Suarez is one of the best fielding pitchers in the game. This has got to be one of the fastest 1-6-3 double plays I have seen. I mean, this ball stung a little bit, catches it, no problem, just a little flip. Since 2021, it leads all pitchers with 25 defensive runs saved. It's just his demeanor. Throws the baseball, always in a good fielding position.
Andujar, the DH, checking in at 300. He's been one of their better hitters.
Wakey was very similar too, right, with the knuckleball.
Yeah.
It's almost like after he threw that baseball, he's like in a good infield position. Very calm demeanor.
Well, took the loss in Houston last week. Went 4 1/3, 7 hits and 4 runs. Threw 76 pitches in that one. Red Sox need length out of their starters now more than ever. And 2-2.
We'll see what this back of the bullpen looks like. Slayton and Chapman both yesterday threw. Question whether they're going to be available here tonight. Kind of know how it goes early in the year. They kind of take care of these guys. They need them all year. But see what the back end looks like. Of course, Whitlock expected to join the club tomorrow.
Poke foul down the left field line off the bat of Andujar. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bogart's on deck. And a lefty home at a 2-2. Rattled to short. And Trevor Story, not a good throw. Bounces by Contreras, heading for second. The runner, Andujar. Here's the throw from Contreras, and a tag. Got him at second. Red Sox a little bit fortunate because it didn't bounce very far, and Contreras got to it fast. On a play necessitated by the bad throw from Trevor Story.
Well, a lot of times Trevor, especially early on right now, this ball isn't caught in rhythm, and right now it's a little bit of hesitation. Get his feet going a little bit and short hops this ball. But Contreras, we mentioned it before, good athlete and a very strong arm. Quick release, perfect throw to Maya to erase that error. For the second out here in this inning.
He's 6-3-4 on the out at second. So the bases are clean for Xander Bogaerts, who is 0 for 8 in the series. 3 for 30 against his former team. No score in the second.
Contreras looks like he's upset at himself. Maybe not blocking that ball, even though it kind of worked out anyways. He got the out of it.
So Ranger a little fortuitous here in the early going. A double play right back at him, although did a great job stopping that and starting the double play. Penalized the ball because he wasn't ready to pitch on time to start the inning against Manny Machado. And the 2-1. Bounding ball past first down the line. He guides that one past the tarp. He's heading for second. Abreu's gunning. Here's the play. He's out at second. San Diego has 2 men cut down at second. Up against the Gold Glover. Played it beautifully. And nailed him at second.
Well, they're just picking on 2 arms that they really shouldn't be. Xander not swinging it well, maybe trying to get a little too much going. This ball pops up. Beautiful play by Abreu, and of course the cannon right in the money. Okay.
This one 0-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second inning at Fenway. Red Sox and the San Diego Padres, and it'll be Contreras. Abreu just made a tremendous chuck into second base to get Xander. And then Masataka Yoshida. Delighted to have Chief Baseball Officer Craig Breslow with us. Great to see you. Thanks for popping in.
My pleasure. Thank you.
2-6. Tell everybody a great reason to feel better about things right now, Craig. You get a couple of good lines here.
Well, you know, I think we still believe very, very strongly in this team. And it's funny, on the way up, I was just saying that your rational brain says baseball needs to be evaluated over the long term. 8 games in, is not the time you want to draw conclusions. But your heart says, okay, how do we help the group? What do we need to do? What are we missing? How do we turn this thing around? But we have a bunch of good players who are not performing up to their potential right now, and that's going to turn.
We were talking about that Cincinnati series. You lost a couple one-run games. I felt like Houston was, you kind of watched the worst version of yourself, right? It's a 3-game series, but it is patient. You've played this game. 162. You know how things turn. People have bad Aprils and go on to have good seasons. Still doesn't make it easy, right? As much as you've been in the game, not make it easy to watch 1 week of it.
Sure. We feel this alongside our fans. This is not the start that we wanted to get off to. But as we settle in and guys start to understand their roles, our rotation gets their second turn through. We saw Sonny much improved the other day, and hopefully Ranger can keep going what he's shown over the last 2 innings. We feel like we're going to be able to pitch. We're going to play defense. And bats, they tend to kind of go up and down. Baseball is pretty high variant, and we just need to rely on guys' potential coming forward.
I mean, that's the thing. You're looking at all the same numbers and more than we're looking at. And I know they're keeping you up at night. Chase rate, runners in scoring position, strike 3 here. Contreras will fan. That's 3 in a row for Walker Buehler. And your mind jumps to, is this who the Red Sox are, or is this just in a short sample a team that has struggled? Because everyone's making their plans for the summer. They're buying their tickets. They're coming to Fenway Park. They want to know, is this going to be a season to go back to postseason play, or is this team in quicksand right now?
Sure, and everything we know about baseball, everything that information can tell us, is that this is the latter. This is a really good team that isn't playing very well right now, and that is going to turn. And our job is to do everything we possibly can to try to accelerate that.
It's almost like I want to put WBC jerseys back on some of these guys, right? Because how surprised are you that this guys look around hitting the ball the other way? It seemed like guys were using the whole field more often than we're seeing so far.
Bray will drop a base hit into right field. One guy who has been hitting from the WBC on, and he is on at first with the first hit of the day.
Yeah, we talked a lot through the offseason into spring training about having a distinct, kind of pre-2K approach and then a 2-strike approach, with an acknowledgement that we struck out too often last year, especially with runners in scoring position. And right now we're still striking out too frequently. But there are guys here with strong track records of not striking out, of putting the ball in play. Guys like Durbin, who right now aren't making great swing decisions, but we trust that's going to turn.
You played a long time in the big leagues yourself. You were on clubs that started quick, others that did not, others that were right in the middle. Red Sox have had this tendency here the last few years to get off to very slow starts. Last year was the same thing. You think about all of this stuff in terms of how to correct it. In your mind, are you like, well, there's got to be, as a challenge by the catcher, is there got to be some study done about why the Red Sox are starting off like this?
Well, we do need to figure this out, and we all do what feels comforting, which is to say, well, last year we started out 1-4 and turned things around, but we need to make sure we're hyper focused on giving ourselves the best chance to get out of the gates as strongly as possible.
That'll trickle away from Castellanos, but Abreu is grimacing. Did it hit him in the back, that throw over?
It got him right in that back area. See that ball get away, but obviously feeling too much pain to even think about it. See the throw here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Drilled on the throw over by Walker Buehler. Well, the one standout hitter in the lineup. Kind of the way things go from time to time, but he's up. A good sign here.
Greg, the Cora, 8 games in, you see this outfield. We talk a lot about it, right? 5 guys out there. Yoshida out there and left today. Cedon day off. Earlier in the year, you give guys days off. Is that still something you feel good about, with the 5 guys rotating around, keeping everybody fresh?
Yeah, Alex has talked to each of them and made sure they understand what the plan is. Communication is certainly a strength of his, and every one of these guys has responded with, I understand, and we're a better team given the talent that we have, and we're here to do whatever we can to help the group win.
Masataka with a count of 0-2, runner at first. Craig Breslow joining us in the booth to talk about the state of the Red Sox as we get set to invite in Milwaukee. Bounding ball. Bogarts will leap over, get the out there at second, and that is out number 2. When you look at other teams around the big leagues, last year, Milwaukee Brewers, I remember we came out of Milwaukee having been swept, and we were all looking at that team going, boy, that's a template. The way they play the game so smart and fundamentally. And I think no coincidence, you grabbed a guy to play third base from the Milwaukee Brewers. That style of play, although Durbin's off to a tough start with the bat, he's played very well defensively, I think. Are they still one of those teams on your list? You're like, yeah, we need to play more like that.
Well, I don't think you want to find yourself in a situation where you're trying to emulate another team. We need to be the Boston Red Sox. That said, things like playing good defense, being smart on the bases, taking extra bases when that's available to you, those are things that we should strive to do. And we do think we're going to play really strong defense. We're young, we're athletic. There's some good team speed. We need to take advantage of that on the bases.
Massa taking off on a pitch that goes all the way to the backstop. So great timing on that. He remains perfect on stolen bases.
Well, you can only hope to contain him on the base pass. I mean, he doesn't go often, but if you don't pay attention to him, we've seen it before. I think now 14 for 14 in his career. And it's just getting something going. This is part of it, too, right? You have an athletic team. Maybe not Massa as far as stolen bases, but you got others just haven't got on base enough to show it.
Sure, and you can be a very good base runner without having great speed, right? It's understanding the right times to take those chances.
I always thought that applied to Jason Varitek. Terrific base runner. Never going to be a burner, catcher, but always smart.
How do you feel about the ABS? What have you seen so far from it?
I like it. I think it's a great way to engage with fans. We all get a little bit of a thrill watching it play out, and the anticipation is exciting.
I thought opening day was a lot of fun. Because those went the Red Sox way. That was a blast.
Yeah. It does seem like a learning experience. I think the next couple of days after opening day, we used them early and maybe not in the highest leverage of spots, but it's got to be decided right away. It's got to be difficult.
Would you have liked, as a pitcher, would you have liked it?
I probably would have gotten myself in trouble. The information suggests that pitchers are not great challengers of pitches. And we've seen that play out to the point of very strongly discouraging our pitchers from challenging. But I probably would have thrown a number of pitches and wanted to do that.
3-2 on Durbin. Red Sox with a scoring chance. And that's going to be off the plate and ball 4. Red Sox haven't walked a whole lot, but Durbin will take one here, first and second, in front of Marcelo Meyer.
What have you seen from Marcelo early on? It looks like there's good and bad, right? There's some holes there, like you talked about spring training. Alex, the bottom of the zone, some swing and miss, but when he gets a fastball to hit, boy, he's doing some damage.
Yeah, it seems like the key for him is swing decisions. He had a really good spring training in terms of not swinging at pitches outside of the zone. His in-zone contact rates are really, really good. We just need to make sure that he's looking for the right pitch in the right place.
Hitting .250 with 1 home run. He'll take a ball.
Yeah, and that's the pitch right there. I know it's early in counts too, but the breaking ball down and in just shows some discipline, get into better counts. It's sort of like sometimes you struggle with the curveball, you try to lay off it and get the good fastball.
Yep. Yeah, and he's incredibly talented to the point that he makes so much look easy. But you're right. Like sometimes the right way to overcome a weakness, rather than try to train to hit the curveball, make sure you hit the fastball, right?
Yeah.
2 on and 2 out, scoreless here in the second, and he'll let that one go through for a strike. In your mind, what is the point where you start to feel really good about your club or start to worry about how many games in for you?
Yeah, I know I've heard a lot of people say, okay, it's 40 games, it's 50 games, it's a third of the season. I'm not sure that there's a number. I think you want to look at trends and start to see when some of these trends start to stabilize and say, okay, we've got a problem where things are starting to go in our direction.
Thanks for stopping by, Craig. Always a pleasure.
You got it. Thanks.
Craig Breslow. Red Sox and the Padres in the finale of the series. Dave O'Brien, Lou Merlone, and Jemiah Webster. Our thanks to Craig Breslow, Red Sox Chief Baseball Officer, for joining us, which he will do from time to time. Well, the state of the Red Sox can't be any fun at the moment, with the Red Sox at 2-6. But a reminder just how darn early it is. That's certainly the hope, that it's just about bad starts by too many guys at the same time.
You know, baseball's a wild game because it is such a long season, and every year you just seem to forget that. You mentioned before, what have we got now, 73 games before we get 81 away from the season being over. It's just a long year. So you try to be patient. It doesn't mean being patient is easy, right? When you watch things for a week, for 10 days.
So nothing against going 6-2 out of the gate. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, it would be.
Castellanos and then Cronenworth and Campusano. That's the bottom third of the order against Ranger Suarez. Each side with one hit. And the lefty with a 1-1 home. He checked his swing on a cutter. So Milwaukee coming to town next. There's a very good Brewer team. They are 6-2. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Oh, the changeup, he got fooled.
Change up. Brian O'Nora said he went a little bit too far, and I think that's a bad call, but you'll take it.
Hey, we don't want to hear that.
Yeah, well, Lad's starting to hear from the dugout.
Yep.
He's got us, people. We want to hear it.
And they got a beef. I mean, I don't think that was even close, was it?
Might not be the last of those we hear today.
Well, you really listen. You have two offenses that are really on edge.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
I mean, the Padres are right there with you. They're averaging 3 runs a game. You guys are tied for 28th in the league. They're not swinging it. 190 as a team.
Man, when you don't hit, you don't score, you look really flat.
And like I said, these guys have played baseball a long time, and everybody realizes that it's a long year, and you be patient. I'm going to turn it around. That doesn't mean it's fun going through it for either team.
Castellanos trying to go up the middle. You talked about Suarez being a really good fielder. Only a couple of starts for the Red Sox, but he's shown off that glove. One away.
Watch this. This is just a quick little stab. He's in a good spot to field this ball. Stabs it, stares at it, hangs out a little bit. Just a little flip piece to first. It's just so easy.
Sends up Cronenworth, who's 1 for 9 in his career, including postseason play against Suarez.
Yeah, the heart rate never really goes too high for Ranger. It's one of the reasons why he's such a good postseason pitcher. I think everybody sort of preys on everybody being a little nervous and jumpy, and he just locates and stays calm the entire way through.
0-1 late cut. 0-2. Signed as a free agent for 5 years in January. He had become a key man in the Phillies rotation. All-star 2 years ago. Has to go and get this. He does. Picks it off and goes to the bag. 2 up, 2 down. Ranger apparently likes to play defense.
Sure does. Mentioned it, one of the best defensive pitchers in the game, and a lot of it, like I said, has a lot to do with how he finishes. A lot of pitchers, violent finish, spinning towards first base, spinning towards third base, and by the time the ball's hit to him, it's a shock, surprise. He's just always in a good fielding spot. Got off the mound, showed his quickness there. He's an athlete.
I think of the guys like him who got a lot of weak contact. I mean, Maddox was in a different league, but Tom Glavine was too.
Same thing.
They were really good fielders.
Well, it's all about how they finish. And when they throw it, they're actually like almost facing the hitter, like in the fielding position.
So base is empty. Campusano batting 143. Well, a lot of batting clips like that on both sides today.
Yeah, it's tough writing down some of these averages for both teams.
Ugly.
You just want to stay in the zone, right? You kind of get in that area where, like, you know, a couple of games you go maybe 5 for 7, and next thing you know, you look up and you're like, okay, that's an average I like. But right now, not too many guys looking up to the big board when they come to the plate.
Boy, this is going to be a violation on the hitter, and that is going to be strike 3 on Campusano, violating the timer. He wasn't ready to hit. Boy, the umpire's a factor already in this one. That ends the inning, and they go 1-2-3. Take a look at that last play. Campusano just getting out there to play defense.
So this is what happens here. 15 seconds, right? At 8 seconds, the hitter has to be ready. However, Ranger Suarez isn't even close. So Campusano's got his head down. He's not really ready to hit. Ranger looks up. He's on the mound. Diaz says, you weren't ready at 8 seconds. It's a dumb rule. Sorry. I mean, Ranger's not ready to throw the baseball. There's 6 seconds to go. Why should the hitter be ready if he's not even on the rubber?
Right. Kind of baited him into it.
He kind of did. But what if the pitcher is not on the rubber, why do I have to be ready to hit?
That's what the rule says. You're right. So the Red Sox have had one timer violation against them, another go for them. Well, that was strike 3.
So he's supposed to stand in the box while Ranger's back on the grass and look like he's ready to hit.
Now Narvaez leading off here in the bottom of the 3rd against Walker Buehler. Hitting .333, one of just a couple of Red Sox swinging a good bat. Roman Anthony to follow, and then Trevor Story.
Well, you mentioned the swing and miss rate here for the Red Sox, 33%. Walker Buehler's got 7 swing and misses in the first 2 innings. 12 swings. 58%. And we said, like, he'll live kind of right here. You know, he'll throw the curveballs in the dirt. He'll throw the cutters and sweepers off the plate, and if you can lay off of them and bring him into the plate, you can do a lot of damage against this guy. We saw it last year. But if he doesn't have to throw a strike, why would he? There you go.
Well, Red Sox take a walk on 4 pitches. Narvaez taking ball 4, second one issued by Buehler. Let's toss it down to Jemai Webster.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Let's check out today's home run odds presented by FanDuel. Carlos Narvaez and Roman Anthony, the subjects here, as the Red Sox offense tries to find a way to produce. And you guys just had Craig Breslow in there talking about the frequency of strikeouts. That 3-game series in Houston, they struck out 38 times, another 16 in the first 2 games of this series, including 3 to close the game last night when facing Mason Miller. Red Sox manager Alex Cora was asked how to resolve the strikeouts, which he says putting the ball in play has been a tough task at times. Cora says it's a mindset. You are who you are as a hitter, but solving the at-bat early is something he says we can do. Got to get a good pitch to hit, then put the ball in play.
Sounds simple. Red Sox unable to do it so far. Though a good start to this inning with Narvaez taking ball 4. Roman Anthony 0 for 1.
Yeah, Corey yesterday saying, you know, we're swinging too much. You know, teams are seeing that as well, and they're like, well, let's test this out and just keep the ball out of the plate. It's kind of like that cat and mouse game. Like, you want good pitches to hit, you first need to show that you can lay off outside the zone, force a pitcher to come in. If you show that you'll expand and swing and miss at this level, they won't give you anything to hit.
And that has largely been true so far this season and in this series. The Red Sox had only drawn 2 walks in the first 2 games, and 2 so far today. Trevor Story on deck. Roman with a little 3-game hitting streak. Tripled yesterday and also singled. How about that? The Red Sox have now taken back-to-back walks. Came on the air talking about how few they've accepted this year. First and second, nobody out. And now the bat in Trevor Story's hands. He struck out his first trip. And a mound visit here for the Padres.
Well, this is where, if you're Trevor, you know, you really have to sort of take that deep breath, lock in a zone, walk 2 guys back to back. Sometimes you recognize moments you're in. A little drag bunt for a hit. It's not a bad thing here either. He's going to cut the ball away from you. It's a perfect pitch to bunt. But more importantly, I want to see Trevor hit this gap in right center. I think get back to that mindset of keep him on some baseballs. But after a couple of walks, you really got to be patient here.
It goes both ways, right-handed and left-hand hitters for the Red Sox. Get away from being pull happy, right? Use the big part of the ball, but use the monster for the left-hand side.
They'd love the right-handed pull side in the air at Fenway Park because of that green monster, but our lefties, I'd love to see them start using that green monster as well. Like they're getting pitched away and they're trying to pull the ball to the big part of the park.
380 out there to the bullpen last time we checked. So Trevor's a strikeout victim in the first. Walker Buehler made this team as a non-roster invitee to spring training. He showed a bunt and took a strike.
Yeah, that looked more like a little early, like a little sacrifice bunt. Machado's playing back there. I was thinking more of a bunt for a hit, maybe show late, try to get a knock out of it. Worst case scenario, move the runner. And that's the pitch they've been going after, right? That cutter up and away. It's like a quadrant they are picking on right now with him. And that we've seen him when he's going right. He'll stay on that ball and drive it to right center.
He's got Narvaez at second, Anthony on at first. He drove in 96 runs last year, had a terrific season, and they tended to come in bunches. 2, 3, 4. When he had a big day, he had a massive day last year. Ground ball to first. Castellanos will make the one play at the bag to get the out. Runners do advance. Now 2 men in scoring position with 1 away, with Jarren Duran trying to take advantage.
Well, I mean, he had 16 strikeouts coming in. We talk about importance of contact, right? That wasn't what exactly he's looking for. He's out in front of that cutter a little bit, but contact serves the purpose, right? Moves the runners in second and third. Now it's up to Jarren Duran to get him in.
Lefty Hart working in the bullpen very quickly, so they're not wasting time. Duran whiffed in the first and yanks that one inside the bag down the line. That's going to score 2. Narvaez is in. Anthony is in. Throw into second. Not in time. Jarren Duran, a 2-run double to make it 2-0 Boston. Red Sox walking a couple of times and then pouncing on that mistake.
Well, that's how you kind of draw it up, right? You mentioned patience at the plate, forcing the pitcher to throw strikes, draw a couple of walks, you have a productive out, and then Duran jumping all over that ball, that curveball, he left it up. He's been swinging at these in the dirt, but you put it in the zone, he can still hammer it, gets it down that line, and the energy you're looking for often does come from Jarren Duran.
So often does. Here's Contreras. Wilson 0 for 1 with a strikeout. RBIs number 3 and 4 for Duran. Red Sox with some better at bats here the last couple of innings for sure. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, you got Buehler too. I remember him last year. You see that leg kick. Boy, does he take a long time to deliver this baseball. Duran on second base with 1 out. Love to see him down at third. But you get on base, you can run on him.
1 away. And a breaking ball will miss. Walker has been on a bit of a whirlwind since he opened last year in the Red Sox rotation. Went 7-7 with a 5.45 ERA. Red Sox released him August 29th. He was signed by the Phillies. Down the stretch, he won 3 games for them, but they did not re-sign him. Unsure swing on the slider there. 2-2.
That's one of those you're happy you missed. You don't want contact on that. That's a little check swing, something to the second baseman.
Chopped to short. Duran moving up to third. Xander gets it there in time. 2 down and a man 90 feet away. And Wilyer Abreu trying to pick him up. Wilyer with a base hit in the second inning. They tried to pick him off and he was struck by the throw. He was in pain for a while until Alex Court came over. Got him laughing. Managers seem to have that touch when a guy's in pain.
Probably said you're hitting 400. You're staying in this game.
You're not going anywhere. 2 down. I remember Terry Francona walking out to the outfield once to tell J.D. Drew, who had been shaken up on a play, and Red Sox were really short players. He said, look, I'll go get you some Tylenol right now, but you're staying in the game.
Oh, yeah.
There's no choice on this. 1 ball, 1 strike. Abreu leading the club with 6 runs batted in.
Yeah, Walker got away with one too. That first pitch, that little cutter he throws, that is right in his sweet spot. Abreu's lucky he got it back.
And a stop by Camposano.
But you just see it this whole inning. It's just what you thought you'd want to see. But you're spitting on that ball. You're not swinging through it. Less swinging.
2-1 on the way to Williard. As the count his way, 3-1. Yoshida next. Baby steps, but some positive signs for the Red Sox offense. Williams hitting .406 with 3 home runs. And in attack mode there. Got a knuckle curve. 3-2. Trying to hit that one 500 feet. Next pitch will be Walker Buehler's 25th in the inning. Line shot, right field. That's down. Up against the wall in the corner. Another run is in. It bounces away from Tatis. Churning around Abreu. He is into third. Standing up. Sox lead 3-0. Willier is 2 for 2.
I mean, bookmark this inning. This is what you want to look like. You know, 3-2. It was a curveball. You weren't just guessing dead red way out in front of it, but he does leave it up inside to this lefty. You know, Abreu loves this pitch. Much better approaches, much better swings, under control. Of course, Tatis, gets by him. It's an easy triple for Abreu, and that's going to do it for Walker Buehler.
Well, the Red Sox abuse him here in the third inning. The walks were huge. Also a double and a triple. They'll go to the lefty. 3-0 Boston. More in a moment. Bats is celebrating 125 years of Red Sox baseball with these historic deep cut bats, chrome bats, and baseballs. You can go to BigTimeBats.com. Red Sox knockout right-hander Walker Buehler. Threw a lot of pitches in the time he was in. Not a ton of strikes. Red Sox with a number of really good at bats. And bidding for more, up 3-0. Kyle Hart, the lefty, out of the pen. A little bit of light rain falling again at Fenway. Yoshida in search of his first hit. And the numbers on Hart, an 8.31 ERA.
Well, Kyle Hart was back here in Boston in 2020. I blacked out that year. Tried not to remember it much.
Line drive, right field, pulled it to the corner, and that's a fair ball. That chases in another. Moss's first hit. Throw to second, won't get him. He's got a double. 4-0 Sox. This is a whole lot more fun.
Yeah, runs are fun. Hits are fun. Massa hit 6 walks coming into this at bat, but still 0 for 10. Nice to get this little hanging sweeper. He stays on it. Just kind of hugs that line right on the chalk. And then challenges Tatis's arm out and right. He's feeling it in the base pass.
Well, like I say, it's 14 for 14 in stolen bases. I mean, when you're perfect. But his first hit, first double, obviously 11 doubles last year. He had been 0 for 9. So Durbin trying to join things nice. 2 for 25. Took a walk in the second. To the right side, scooped up by Cronenworth, and he will get him. Red Sox with their biggest inning of the season. They get 4 in the third inning.
Win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. You can buy tickets at redsox.com/50-50 through the 8th inning of today's game for a chance to win half of the jackpot. See the official rules for full details.
Grounds crew out there to put some diamond dry on the field here, and rain is starting to pick up a little bit of intensity.
Oh, we're going to get through 2 more.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just put up a 4 spot in 1 inning, and I'll let this thing be official.
Laureano to lead things off. He's 0 for 1. So run support here for Rangers Suarez. As the Red Sox put up the 4th spot. Laureano, Tatis Jr. and Jackson Merrill for San Diego.
Well, need for a shutdown inning, right? It's almost like one team. Listen, this is not fun weather to play in, but it's a lot more fun when you're up and you're getting your hits and you're a little excited. You're that San Diego team down 4-0. Just leave them where they are, right? Leave them be. Quick inning. Let them be miserable.
Laureano hitting .296 with a couple of home runs. Really fine defender. Had 11 outfield assists last year, among the league leaders. And the 2-2 from Suarez. In on the fist, and another one popped back out of play.
And it gives you a good at bat. A little short stroke. And try to do too much. Yesterday got that split from Chapman. That was the big shot there in that 9th inning. Scored Tatis.
Well, we are back to nighttime baseball tomorrow evening, 6:45 against Milwaukee. That'll be Bayo against Woodruff. Yeah, the first of 3, and then the Red Sox will hit the road again off to St. Louis. A lot of National League opponents right away. 2-2. Just away.
And that Bayo Woodruff will be a good one, but the next night you got to kind of circle. Crochet versus the Miz. Mizorowski, that's going to be a fun one.
Up the middle. Meyer, nice play across the body to get it. Very smooth, as he always is with that glove. One away.
Yeah, the strong arm from shortstop. His background, his ball up the middle. The hands are outstanding. He gets it to the bare hand quick, and we've seen a couple of these plays already. Strong enough arm getting it across. Hasn't played much of second base, just like last year at third. Looks natural.
Tatis Jr. took a walk in the first, and the man behind him, Merrill, was doubled up on a sharp ground ball right back to the pitcher moments later. Red Sox up 4-0. Rangers Suarez, now 30 years old, from Venezuela. 12-8 for San Diego, for Philadelphia last year, with a .320 earned run average. That one hit toward the gap, hit solidly way out there. That'll get to the green, and he's into second base with a double. When he hits it, he hits it. Like the ball he scalded yesterday, a huge hit late in the game, and he's got a double here in the 4th.
He's such a big guy. This changeup goes out and gets it. See, it's right there on that corner. He is such a big human being. Down there in the field the other day during batting practice, and he, Machado, and Bogart's in the same group. Just such a large man.
His third double. Here's Merrill. He has hit into a double play. 0 for 1. Tags that one toward the alley. That's down for a hit. Scooped up. Here's the throw. Back into second, and a run is in. Tatis Jr. will score. Merrill comes through with an RBI single to put San Diego on the board. It's 4-1.
Merrill put some good swings on him his first at bat too. This is just sinker 89, middle of the play. We talk about Ranger kind of living on the edges, living for hard contact. The Tatis changeup was on the corner, but this sinker was right down the middle of the plate.
Brings up Machado. 0 for 1. He tears into this one. That'll settle down right in front of Yoshida. That'll put runners on at first and second. That's 3 consecutive hits against Suarez. This is a very tough part of the lineup for the Padres, and coming through in the 4th inning.
I don't even want to go a little chat with him after this quick little onslaught here. It's like 3 consecutive pitches. Again, not an awful changeup, down and away. Machado went and got that one. This is a good little break. 3 pitches, 3 balls hit hard. Tune in tomorrow at 6. Red Sox Game Day Live. It's presented by Plymouth Rock. You can get the latest Red Sox news, plus a full preview of the 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. It's only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360.
A couple hard hit balls in the inning. The Tatis Jr. double is 105 off the bat. Merrill's RBI single 108.6. And we'll bring up Andujar. Has really been a very consistent hitter for them this season. Reached on an error by Trevor Story in the second, but Contreras made a very, very good recovery behind the bag on the errant throw and fired a strike to second to nail him there. They've had 2 runners erased at second base today. And grounded foul for strike 1. Starts him off with a changeup. Mentioned Milwaukee Brewers. They're in Kansas City. They have a 3-0 lead in the second. They're heading here next. And the 0-1 toss back to first base, and it's off the foot of the runner. They're all going to advance. Contreras has to go over to scoop that up. And that puts runners on at second and third. Right off Machado, and he kicked it away.
Yeah, this like communication was off a little bit. See Contreras, is he going there? He is, but there's a little hesitation, like he wasn't sure. It looked like that pickoff was on. That's just bad luck. He hits it right off his shoe, kicks over. Now you got 2 more guys in scoring position.
Across for a strike, and a challenge by the batter.
You know, earlier in the year too, you get those signs, right, of kind of like the pickoff, but it looked Contreras was moving. It's going to end up being a ball, but it didn't look like he was very sure that the play was on or not. That hits his foot, maybe stays right there. Runners don't advance, no big deal. Double play still in order.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. 2-2. 12 cameras measure whether a pitch crosses the strike zone, an accuracy of about 1/6 of an inch. Saw how close that one was.
And again,
one of them.
It's measured in the center of the plate, not in the front, not in the back, in the center.
Swing and a miss. He puts him away. Got him with a curveball. So he fans Andujar. That's a big second out. Huge.
Yeah, that's a big strikeout, especially with the runners advancing. Infield was back. It's big moments like this. You know, he's throwing the ball real well here. 4th inning, 1 run. You got to execute. You get out of it. A knock right here just sort of changes the outlook of the performance.
Xander Bogaerts taking a ball away. He has a base hit. And then he tried to turn that into another base, and he was gunned down by Abreu. It's been kind of a weird game. Red Sox have been charged with 2 errors. 2-0. Runners in scoring position. He's 0 for 9 this year. Has 2 right now. In there, a strike.
Been a lot of cutters and changeups here today from Ranger. More changeups today than we saw against Houston. Been a better pitch for him.
Trying to keep it a 4-1 game. Another soft one. 3-1. He won't walk many.
Oh, but this is one where you're not giving in. Get the base open. Castellanos on deck.
High fly foul out of play. 3-2. Last season, Suarez walked only 38 men in 157 innings. Trying to get out of this with just the 1 run. Here's the 3-2 to Xander Bogaerts. And he will put him on, and that will load up the bases. Ball 4 for Castellanos. So this has turned into a long 4th inning. Red Sox pen moving around. Skies have actually brightened up overhead. 23 pitches in the inning for the lefty. Castellanos, two-time All-Star, rips that one to the left field. That is down for a hit. Merrill is in to score. Machado right behind him. He will score. And here come the Padres. No, Red Sox couldn't enjoy that for even 5 minutes. It is 4-3.
Yeah, first pitch cutter. Look where he wanted it. That middle. Again, this is about location for a guy like Ranger Suarez, and looking for that shutdown inning after you just got the best offensive inning that you've had all year, and you're still not out of it, and they're only down a run.
4-3. Tying run at second. Cronenworth the batter. He's 0 for 1. Another of the handful of Padres who has signed a huge, rich deal. We've got like $300 million tied up in just a few guys. First and second, 2 away. Those are the long-term deals. Nothing bigger than Manny Machado, of course, but Tatis Jr. at 340, Machado at 350. Just got a piece of it on the change.
So far early in this year, even it's been moments for these pitchers, right? Big moments, looking to get some big outs with, with 2 outs, and they've really gotten burned. Certain moments, Bayo a couple times in Houston, Crochet in Houston. Suarez unable to get Bogarts or Castellanos. You get a little pop fly, 4-1 lead after 4. You kind of like, okay, we're still keeping them down. Now they're right back in it.
They lead off first and second, and a 1-2 pitch off the plate. Boy, this inning's turned into a labor for Suarez. One more pitch. The next one will be number 30 in the inning. And Watson getting ready to come in again, perhaps 2-2. Check swing low. Change up heavy, 3-2. Campusano on deck. Red Sox came into this 4th inning up 4-0. Now it's 4-3 and the 3-2 pitch. Runners will go. Grounded foul. A lot of long at bats too. Cronenworth with at least an 8-pitch at bat. So Bogarts at second, Castellanos on at first. And a payoff pitch. Little floater toward left coming on. Masatake will make the play. And finally the inning is done, but San Diego right back in it. Red Sox baseball on Nesson brought to you by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com today. And by Mass General Brigham Heart and Vascular Institute, bringing advanced care to patients facing complex heart conditions. Flavor Flav in the house. Throwing out the first pitch.
Man, to feel good about Flavor Flav throwing out the first pitch. No, a little hype man, get the offense going.
Well, San Diego is down 4-0. They jump right back into contest with 3. So it'll be Meyer, Narvaez, Anthony. Red Sox in the 3rd inning. Good job by the offense. Deep drive into center, but Merrill will turn on this to the track, and he's got it. Marcelo, who had struck out first time up, is 0 for 2.
Love that Flavor Flav pick there, OB. Him throwing out the first pitch here in Boston. I remember last season in Arizona, I was running down to the field and ran into him and Flo Rida. I'm not sure if you know who Flo Rida is, but another hip hop artist. And we took a picture and he talked about how big of a baseball fan he is. So it was a surprise to see him here. It was a surprise to see him in Arizona, considering he's from the East Coast. But big baseball guy, you would never know it by the clocks around his chest.
That was impressive to be able to get off a pitch too with that.
Yeah, to say the least. I'm still waiting for my opportunity to throw up the first pitch.
Well, maybe a long wait, my friend, but you hang in there. I'm rooting
Thanks,
for you. Well, we'll put in a request, but that was a while ago. It might have gotten lost somewhere. Narvaez with a walk and a run first time. And looks at a strike.
Well, you got to get back on it here offensively. Best inning you've had, just up and down as far as approach goes in that third.
Knocking out the starter Walker Buehler. A trickler here up the third baseline, but a foul ball.
Probably the Padres could say the same thing in the fourth. And there's some guys that aren't swinging it well at all. Tatis, Merrill, Machado delivered. Castellanos another one.
Red Sox came into play today last in the American League in runs scored, with just 24 runs in the first 8 games. Then put up 4. But now 1-run game. White Sox have a 1-0 lead early against Toronto. Blue Jays are 4-4. Yankees playing Miami. And they have a weather delay in the Bronx. Here comes the 2-2. High chop to third. Machado with the spin. And he was able to hang on to the bag, Castellanos, to get the out. 2 down.
He still gets over there too. Maybe not as quick-footed as he once was, but that thing there doesn't age. He did hold on to the arm early. Castellanos still trying to figure out some first base action, but that arm has just always been there from Machado.
Yeah, from the time he was like 14. Roman Anthony, a fly to left, a walk and a run. Part of that uprising last inning. Red Sox taking 2 walks and they both scored. So at the moment, sitting at 258, 1 home run. He hit that in Houston. Bases empty and 2 down and 2 strikes on Roman, the DH today. And Hart's 2-strike pitch. In play to first. Castellanos, a routine stab, and that's all. Very quiet 4th inning for the Red Sox. 4th and under pressure, presented by Grillo's Pickles. Find us chilling in the refrigerated section.
Well, Ranger Suarez, one of the best defensive pitchers in the game. An easy 1-6-3 double play with quickness. This one here, good hands. Takes his time, a little flip throw to first base. And on this last one here, showing his range, getting off the mound, cutting this ball off for an easy out. And he continues to help himself out, but I'm sure he's looking to bounce back after that 3-run 4th here in the 5th.
And gave up 4 hits and gave back 3 runs. Campusano up the middle, base hit, another hard hit ball. So he leads off the 5th with a single. Top of the order, and Laureano next. Weisert's up and Cora is out, and the day is over for Ranger Suarez. A lot of hard contact the last 2 innings.
Well, first couple innings, soft contact, right? A lot of ground balls, hitting the edges, doing what Suarez does, and all of a sudden the 4th inning hit. Started missing out over the middle of the plate. A couple of good pitches that were hit, but especially that one there to Campusano to start it off.
We will take the break. Another pretty short day by a Red Sox starter. He does not get it out in the 5th.
More Suarez is brought to you by New England area Audi dealers through the 4 innings. 4-seam curveball, same usage against Houston, but the other ones, the changeup, almost doubled the usage. Sinker went way down. More cutters, about the same amount of cutters, but the changeup was big here today. And again, was okay for 3, and then just found the middle of the plate after that.
So Weissert on. He inherits a runner at first. Top of the order, and another one stung down the left field line. Hit wickedly, but foul. off the bat of Laureano.
Weiss had already making his 5th appearance, 3 2/3. You have 3 runs, both of them on home runs that he gave up in the first couple outings out in Cincinnati. Since then, it's been a couple scoreless.
Which was odd because he finished last year going 16 games without a home run. And right away, a couple of shots against him to open up this year. Campusano, the base runner. Laureano's 0 for 2. With a ground to short, grounded to second.
See Weisser back over in that third base side of the rubber. Trying to make some at bats versus righties, a little bit more uncomfortable. He was on the first base side last year, was successful for a while with it. But he didn't feel like the at bats versus righties were as uncomfortable as he wanted. He went back to that third base side of the rubber, and part of that is because of the new changeup last year that was so effective to lefties. He felt like he could now. Changeup still there. Trying to make that slider, sweeper, sinker more effective versus righties.
Laureano with a 1-2 pitch. Foul tip to the mid and held by Narvaez to strike him out with a sinker. So he gets his first man on a K.
I think a little crossfire too. The way he throws that baseball, kind of way over in that third base side, stays closed. You kind of really don't see it, and be able to spot that ball down and away. A tough pitch to handle.
Tatis Jr. with a walk and a double. He has scored a run. Weisser pitching with a red glove. He opened the season with that green glove.
Just waiting for the red glove to come in. Well, he arrived. And green glove gave up a couple runs.
1-0 pitch. First pitch for Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic.
He was out in the bullpen earlier as a kid, out in the bullpen, held up a sign that said Weisser is Italian. I said, I'm sorry, that might be me.
I think that is you. That one's you were spouting that one. 2-0 foul back.
Came in Italy. He was closing out games, doing such a good job. That was it. Just social media just put it out there. Weisser's Italian.
He was able to pitch for Team Italy because his grandmother's Italian. They had to hunt for the documentation, though. Took a while. It was a deep dive in the attic, I think. Campusano, the base runner, 2-1. Fly along the right field line, moving over Abreu near the stands, and it's going to go into the seats. First thought was everybody's first thought. Look out for the pesky pole on that one, but well short.
I was telling him, he's got a little teammate out in that San Diego bullpen, Marinaccio. He said, we both have the same lineage. His just sounds more obvious. Side of the family.
Just a little. 2-2. Red Sox up a run. Wasn't that long ago they were up 4. Swing and a miss. Puts him away with a change. Pulled the string there at 86.
That changeup is something that, in the past, he's kind of saved it for lefties. The development of it last year was fantastic for him. But throwing a couple of these to righties, remember, that's the pitch he struck Aaron Judge out in the WBC, righty on righty changeup. I guarantee that's in the back of Judge's mind. It's a good pitch.
Jackson Merrill 1 for 2 with an RBI hit as a single. Into center field, he's got another one. Duran will scoop it up. That'll put runners at first and second. Padres, these last couple of innings getting their hits. They only had 1 single in the first 3 innings, but now they're up to 7 hits. Inning 5 is powered by Salem 5 Bank. And Machado to climb in. 1 for 2 with a single. 7-time All-Star. Like a lot of his teammates, a quiet start from Manny Machado in the box. Strike 1. Campusano and Merrill getting their leads with 2 down. High fly ball deep to left field. That one back and gone. And Weiser gives up another home run. A 3-run shot. Machado for the first time this year goes yard. Man, did this thing turn in a hurry in an ugly way for the Red Sox. 6-4 San Diego.
I'll talk about that changeup to righties. Got Judge and WBC, got Tatis, but this one here, he throws to Machado. He just stayed on it and drove this ball out of the ballpark. Again, home runs kind of just biting him right now. You're right, this one's changed quickly. Look at this changeup way in off the plate.
The home run ball is really burning the Red Sox pitching staff.
I mean, this ball's 8 to 10 inches off the plate. How do you get to it? How do you keep it fair? It's fair easily too.
Was Machado going out.
Easy swing too.
Now, there are only 3 pitching staffs in baseball who have allowed more home runs than the Red Sox coming into play today. Pop foul down the right field line. Off the bat of Andujar, who is 0 for 2. 6-4, 2 struggling offenses. Not so much today, but San Diego getting the better of it in these last 2 innings. Would have scored all 6.
2 out. Hit that. It's like all year it's been that. Just looking for that 3rd out of an inning to get out of some damage. You know, you go back to Crochet and people talk about his second outing not as good. Well, you remember that game in Seattle, bases loaded in the 6th. A couple of punch outs bases to get out of it. 6 scoreless. Well, he wasn't able to do it with Correa. It was a 3-run homer with 2 outs. A lot of 2-out damage against this Sox staff.
He did not chase. 3-2.
Bayo couldn't get the 3rd out a couple of times. Burned him for 4 runs.
2 down, 3-2. He strikes him out. That is finally over, but Weiser gives up another blast. It is 6-4. Proud to be part of Red Sox Nation and all the communities we call home, delivering trusted care, everyday essentials, and support that goes beyond a prescription. You can learn more at CBS.com. Red Sox had a 4-0 lead not long ago. Feels like 5 minutes ago. They're down 6-4. Home run ball, very damaging against the Sox pitching staff in the early going this season, and is again today on the Machado blast in the monster seats. Trevor Story will lead things off here at the midway point. Machado's first of the season. Story has struck out and grounded out.
That's been the story of it here today. It was Castellanos' 2-out single that drove in 2. Machado's 3-run homer with 2 outs. He's trying to get that 3rd out of the inning.
One bounding ball. Machado will pick that on the money for out number 1. And Story 0 for 3. That'll bring up Duran. Red Sox did knock the starter Walker Buehler out in the 3rd inning. Things were looking very sunny today.
Well, with Walker, it was got to get him in the zone. We mentioned he had 7 swing and misses in the first 2 innings. You weren't letting him throw strikes. You were allowing him to spin the ball, and you chase. With Hart, it's similar. The changeup, the sinker. He's trying to force you to try to pull the baseball. Just soft stuff away. That's when he's got to be patient, bring him in the zone, or take him the other way.
Duran tore into a 2-run double in the 3rd inning when the Red Sox led 4-0. Fly ball into left field off the end of the bat. Laureano right there. And 2 down. Wilson Contreras will climb in next. So Milwaukee in for 3 beginning tomorrow night. Then the Red Sox go on the road to St. Louis and also Minnesota. And then the schedule really gets aggressive. Detroit, the Yankees, Baltimore, Toronto, Houston again, Tigers again. Red Sox are going to face a slew of potential playoff teams.
Again, you look at that schedule, not too many cupcakes. You could say that this road trip, St. Louis, Minnesota, you got to take care of business. There's a lot of good teams around, just good teams you got to worry about all the time.
1-0 from Hart. Contreras a K and a ground out today. Nobody on base, 2 down, and a count 2-0 on Wilson. And pops out of the mid on ball 3. This day and age, you play everybody in both leagues. So this is the only time the Red Sox will see the Padres. 2 down and in there for strike.
3-0 slider. Different world.
Boy, it sure is. For a million years, that would be a fastball. 3-1. Fly ball deep down the left field line, hit it for the corner, and a foul ball. And he will need a new bat. Well, everybody bundled up on this Easter Sunday and threat of rain all day, but this game actually began right on time at 1:35 today. Did have the tarp on the field all through the morning and into the early afternoon.
Well, Kyle Hart's thrown 23 pitches. He's thrown 3 fastballs. Sweeper, split, slider.
Payoff pitch to Contreras, and he's going to walk him. Walked him with a split. So it's one positive note today. The Red Sox have been drawing some walks.
And, you know, yesterday too, quiet day. Obviously the conditions weren't great. Ball wasn't traveling, but there were some hard hit balls, and we're talking baby steps now, right? Like there were some better at bats today, more walks as well. It's a better sign.
Yeah, drawn 4 today. This one comes with 2 down in front of the red hot Wilyer Abreu, has ripped a single and a triple as an RBI. Here's the 3-base hit down the line that got past Tatis Jr.
This kind of beautiful swing here. A little curveball that was left up down that corner. Tatis lets it get by him. That's going to be an automatic triple here for Abreu. He knocked in his 7th run of the year. Continues to swing the bat real well for the Red Sox.
He's also thrown a man out at second base today, so he's doing it all. Trying to do some more right here with Kyle Hart. Red Sox trailing 6-4. San Diego getting all those runs in the last 2 innings. And strike 1. Masataka Yoshida would hit next. And the southpaw is 0-1. Flies that one down the left field line again, heading for the wall, but off into the seats. Trying to go the opposite field. 0-2.
I like they're just staying on it, though. Seen a couple guys driving the ball over there at least. The intent is there. I mentioned before, like lefties. Fenway Park, boy, used to almost pitch him in a little bit to the big part of the park, throwing sinkers and cutters away from righties. Used to get in a lot of trouble. Used to pepper that green monster. I'd like to see from the lefties, you have take that left center approach and use that wall.
Wade Boggs.
Made a living in the Hall of Fame. Peppering it.
2 down and the 0-2. Just had the 86 team in, and he won the batting title that year. 357. Kind of numbers you just don't see anymore. Shot after shot off of the Green Monster by Boggsy. Here comes the 1-2. Gently hit. That gets by the mound. Cronenworth will shovel it over. He's really good with the glove over there at second base, and that's all for the Sox in the NESN 360. You can download the app to stream live games, including home action in stunning 4K, plus highlights, recaps, and so much more. You can log in with your NESN Direct account or TV provider and start watching today. Red Sox are down 6-4 to the 6th inning we go. Lou Merloni, Dave O'Brien, and Jemai Webster. Tyler Huberstein about to make his major league debut. So a giant moment for him last year. Performances between AA and AAA, between Portland and Worcester. 3.58 ERA.
He had a really nice year last year in the minor leagues, and had one start earlier in Worcester, went 4 innings, only 2 hits. Walked the guy, struck out 3. The family's in town. See his major league debut here.
Then a right-hander facing Xander Bogaerts right out of the gate and delivers strike 1 on a 90-mile-an-hour sinker.
Yeah, that fastball will get up to that 93, 94. Little slider, changeup, cutter.
Xander today 1 for 1. He has singled and taken ball 4. First hit of the series.
The story with Huberstein was just, he went to USC, tried out for the club team, and got cut by the club team. Continued to work in the summer, got to build up some arm strength. Tried out for the USC baseball team in the fall, made it all the way to the final cuts, ended up getting cut again. Continued to work in the offseason, went to Northwestern, made that club, threw the ball real well.
2-2.
Got him drafted. Imagine getting cut by your club team in college, not the varsity team in college.
Most people are like, well, that's that. Chase it on a sweeper away, 3-2.
I mean, how good's the club team? They're gonna get cut.
Yeah.
You got that many arms?
Full count on Bogaerts. Castellanos on deck. Red Sox are down 6-4. And a liner into left field, down for a hit. Yoshida gets the warning track to cut it. Xander will settle for a long single, but he's perfect today on base 3 times as we toss it down to Jemai.
Yeah, Dave, it's a good thing that he got in and is able to make his major league debut today. He mentioned how his brother came in all the way from Dallas. His dad is a sports agent. He's basically retired, he says, has a few football clients. Mom doesn't work at all, so parents were kind of in it for the long haul to see him finally make it into a major league game. But his girlfriend, Sammy, she lives in San Diego. She has to go back home tonight because she has to get to work. So I'm certainly sure that she appreciates the fact that Huberstein actually got on the hill today.
Castellanos, the hitter, has a 2-run single, 1 for 2. Well, they have been doing this for a long time. And bleachers all over the place. But now at the big league level at Fenway Park.
Think about that path that he had. The parents sitting watching their son throwing a big league ball game after we were talking about the first couple years in college. Wasn't sure baseball was going to be part of his life.
Trying to get his first out in the majors and fouled back. Fastball 92 there.
You remember at the end of last year, there was a lot of questions about arms. We saw Conley Early come up. We saw Peyton Tolley come up. Giolito goes down going into the postseason. His name was coming up an awful lot. There's a lot of people thought that he was one of those names that we were going to see in September. Or maybe even in the postseason if they went deeper.
Lunging little looper foul and out of play.
He's got a job to do here to come in here in this 6th inning to give him a couple of runs, keep this game right where it is. Again, this is a very dangerous team to be trailing late. We saw the arms out of this bullpen last night. You don't want to see Mason Miller again.
Back in on his feet, Xander Bogaerts. And Miller, 11 pitches to close it out yesterday in the Padre victory. Xander, good lead, not running. Liner caught, no play at first. And he gets Castellanos on the soft line drive to third for his first major league out. One away. And Cronenworth will be next. So the baseball for safekeeping. No, it's not. I thought he tossed it to a fan for a second. Let's see what happens with this. So much for that. I think a young fan will get that. I thought maybe that'd be a special one because it's the first big league out, but not quite so much, huh?
First strikeout they would never do that with, but I don't know. You think the first out, maybe you'd hold on to it too.
Oh, it got over there to the dugout and forget about it. It becomes a souvenir. And across for a strike with a changeup. So Bogaerts on. Red Sox trailing by a couple. The rain has largely stayed away today on this Easter Sunday. It remains overcast. Pretty gloomy day. Fouled back on a big cut by Cronenworth.
93 there from Huberstein.
A couple innings ago, it did start to brighten ever so slightly. One and two. Cronenworth has put on a defensive display in this series. He has been rock solid. Rounds that one. Look at the out there. Now Xander in a rundown. And Story waiting for the tag. And that winds up being a double play to get out of the inning. And the family can relax. 6-4 San Diego.
Kid Nation presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, the official youth fan club of the Boston Red Sox. Members get a free kids ticket for the 2026 season. Join today at redsox.com/kidnation.
6 runs on 9 hits for San Diego. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Red Sox. So they've also not played well defensively. Bradley Rodriguez into the game for the first time in this series. Entered the year as the number 6 prospect in their farm system by MLB Pipeline. And he's considered to have the best changeup in their system.
I was going to say big arm too at 97. That changeup is a good one. Gets a ton of swing and miss. Mix in a little cutter with it.
Masataka, RBI double last trip. He is 1 for 2. Bradley, is that a first for you?
It is. So we just slid a G in there.
Sinker 96 there, 1-1. Yoshida, Durbin, and Meyer. Red Sox got all their runs in the 3rd inning. They've only had 1 base run in the last 2 innings.
Becomes a very important inning too here off Rodriguez in the 6th because got that Estrada, Morejon, and Miller waiting. And put something together here.
Red Sox came in with a -13 run differential, which is 26th in the majors. Change up 2-2. Red Sox were 9 for 54 with runners in scoring position, 167. Only the Reds worse in the majors. Red Sox also with the worst chase rate in all of baseball. shot into left center field, down for a hit. Merrill will cut that off. And the Red Sox have a base runner to start the inning. A couple of good swings out of Masataka today.
Yeah, we like it too. The breaking ball pull side, take that fastball left center. Beautiful. Just hitting 101. You don't try to pull off this ball, just stay with it. You mentioned that whiff rate. We saw that the first couple innings versus Buehler. Then they settled down. Today 3 for 7 with guys in scoring position. Better offensive day. It just a couple of big 2-out hits on the other sides put you in a hole.
Durbin lays off ball 1. He's going to walk and he's grounded out.
That's pitch selection for Caleb too. Swinging a lot of balls on the edges. Tough to live like that.
2 for 26. High fly left field, moving over Laureano for out number 1 in the 6th. Attendance today 29,240 announced. Damp and chilly day. Here's Marcelo Meyer. He struck out, flied out 0 for 2.
It's a good take there by Marcelo. First pitch change up down in the zone. So you like to see from him. Try to get a good fastball he can use the big part of the park with. Hit it a long way.
Pulled the string, 88 miles an hour. That changeup. Marcelo, the number 4 overall pick in the 2021 draft out of California. And we'll chop that one toward first base. In on it, Castellanos for the tag. 2 down with Masataka moving to second.
Looks like Ty France is in there first base now to get Castellanos again. Not much of a first baseman, defensive player. Get some defense out there.
So 2 away. Narvaez is taking a walk. He scored one of those runs in the 3rd inning. He's also grounded out to 3rd. Red Sox trying to get within a run. Base hit could do that. And Rodriguez with 2 away. High chop around second. Backing out Cronenworth. Long throw. And safe at first. Yoshida moving down to 3rd. See if they challenge this call at first. They will not.
Cronenworth made some nice plays, and this almost another beauty here. This last hop, the fact they had to reach up for it, really kind of threw it all off for him. If it stayed down, he might have been able to make this throw, but because he had to reach, now he's not able to get really anything behind it. Narvaez gets down the line fast enough to beat this thing out. Keep this inning going here for Roman.
Well, Narvaez will not have a ton of those, but technically an infield hit. 1st and 3rd. And Roman Anthony trying to make them pay. Drew a walk in the 3rd, scored a run, otherwise 0 for 2.
Catcher's telling the ball call.
And a challenge here by Campusano. And it is a strike.
It's a pretty bad miss there, but Campusano kind of setting up way on that inside corner, misses his spot, but because he's set way up, this is, even though he catches it weird, still over the part of the plate.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Big swing and a foul ball. 0-2. Usually the umpire will confirm it. Now we can all see it and everyone can see it in the ballpark on the big board, but Laz said to heck with that. I'm not even going to tell you I messed up on that one.
Well, that one's a bad one. Kind of feel bad about that one. The whole ball is there and right in the middle of the plate.
Was 2 strikes on Roman. Yoshida at third. Narvaez on at first. And he puts him away. 90 miles an hour. Change up to strike him out. Red Sox miss a chance. And don't miss a game. Download your 2026 calendar right now at NESN.com/schedule. Tyler Huberstein into his second major league inning, taking on Campusano, number 9 hitter, then Laureano, and then Tatis Jr. Red Sox trail 6-4. Had a couple of base runners on the corners there with Roman Anthony at the plate, and he struck out. That's going to be a swing and a miss. 0-2.
Campusano he wanted to challenge this pitch. He kind of walked away from it, turned around, looked at Laz, then tapped the helmet. He said, "No, it's too late." See him here. He wasn't sure if it was a check swing or not. He called the pitch. Again, you got to call it right away. The umpire does not have to give it to you.
Helps if you don't swing the bat. Oh, 2 fouled off.
Well, that's one of those. If I'm a hitter, I'm sort of turning around saying, "Did you call the pitch or the swing?" He says the pitch. Well, if that's the case, I want to do this. And they say, "Well, it's too late." Well, it really shouldn't be. I was trying to figure out if he called the check swing or not.
Yeah, they appealed the first base umpire, and Honora said he swung. Foul tipped in the mitt, held on by Narvaez, and the first strikeout for the kid.
Now that's one you're not going to give away. Tommy McLaughlin, top step. He's going to get that one.
First K. Not the first out, but the first K. Laureano has gone 0 for 3. And a cut and a miss. He's grounded out twice and struck out. 6 runs, 9 hits for the Padres, 4 runs, 6 hits for Boston, 2 errors for the Red Sox today. None for San Diego.
Seeing that sweeper and the cutter from Huberstein, then the changeup to go with it. His fastball has been around 93.
One down, base is empty, and poke foul out of play. Pirates are beating up the Orioles 8-1 in the 7th. If Baltimore loses that, they'll be 3-6. And a pop up to the outfield coming on. It's Duran to run that down. 2 down. Tatis Jr. next. He's ripped a double and scored 1 for 2 today. After striking out 4 times yesterday. And late in the game got a huge double. And would score the winning run.
Yeah, only a couple of hits, but they've been a couple big ones from Tatis.
Huberstein is throwing strikes. He's throwing 26 pitches, 21 have been strikes.
Yeah, a little 3/4 delivery, kind of hides it well. Short arms it a little bit, tough to pick up.
2 away in the 0-1. Stroked into right field on the line. Abreu will make the catch, and he gets through it. 1-2-3 in the 7th. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Subaru of New England. Love is what makes Subaru Subaru, and by Plymouth Rock Auto and Home Insurance for Boston sports fans. Bottom of the 7th. Red Sox are trailing 6-4. All the offense bunched up between the 3rd and the 6th innings. Red Sox got all of their runs in the 3rd, and San Diego scored 3 and 3 in the next couple of frames. Got right back in it, past the Sox. Big home run by Machado off of Weissert. And the Sox looking up at San Diego in the deciding game of the series. Trevor Story with a quiet day at the plate. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah, it's just Miller just sitting on your neck too. It's like the days of Rivera out there for the Yankees. It's just been absolutely unhittable. Wandy Peralta's the lefty that's going to get up. On
the infield, has a chance here. Machado, yep, right past him. And Story will lead off with a base hit.
Take it any way you can. It's going to be a tough play, do or die for Machado. It's going to be a tough play anyways with Story getting down that line. Tried to bare hand this ball, but take a chance. It's going to be a tough play no matter what. But got to get a little something going here this inning. Well, he home threw 29 pitches yesterday. My guess is he's not going to be available here today. We'll see. So Estrada could be that lefty. Or Peralta, rather.
Story will dive back in. So will it be the start of something? Jared Duran already has a 2-run double today. Back in the third. He is 1 for 3. Hitting .214.
Again, so many times you want energy, you get it from this guy here. Duran, kind of wake him up a little bit. Saw it back in that third inning. This is the counts that Cole was talking about pregame, getting ahead 2-0, still getting your pitch. It's all about taking shots, but you still want to be selective, be aggressive in the zone.
2-0. You look at the strike.
Change up 2-0.
And Duran has played in 8 games this season. He's reached in every one of them. Trying to get on again. Big hack there on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2. Wilson Contreras on deck. And a 2-2 from Rodriguez.
Is a double back in the third that knocked in 2. It was a curveball that stayed up. He just stayed on it, pulling soft down that line to score 2. It was a big one at the time, made it 2-0.
Story with the lead at first. And foul tipped into the mitt. And that is exactly what has killed the Red Sox so often. The strikeouts, the non-contact after a base runner. And 1 away.
This is the changeup that he actually left up. It was away, but still up in the zone. Got a piece of it, but go back to that fastball that he missed. You could tell he wasn't happy about it, and that's part of it too, right? Missing pitches should be hit hard.
Wilson Contreras out in front on a changeup. He's got a good one. Wilson on the day, a strikeout, a ground out. He's also taken ball 4. Walks played an active role in the Red Sox rally in the third inning. They had 2 of them, and they both scored. Bounding ball to third. Machado gathers that down to second in time, and that's what they'll get. Story is out. No throw back to first, but 2 gone.
Story made that thing close, but strong throw from Machado got the out at second.
So Story retired, and Contreras becomes the runner at first, play at second.
Bang, bang. Need that strong arm to get him. It's a good call.
Well, they have a stacked bullpen. If the Padres are going to win, it'll be on the back of that pen. Certainly saw that in game 2. It'll be Peralta. They're going to bring him in to take on Wilyer Abreu. So we'll take the break here at Fenway with your score. San Diego 6 and the Red Sox. Red Sox trying to rally here in the 7th inning at Fenway on this Easter Sunday, and that is Wandy Peralta, the 34-year-old, who relieved Michael King on Friday in the bottom of the 6th inning. He promptly surrendered a 2-run homer to Marcelo Meyer.
Yeah, 5th appearance. Good fastball. Sinker run 96. He's got that changeup as well. Rodriguez has been doing it for years. Going to face Abreu here with Yoshida on deck.
Willier, another good day in the box, a single and a triple. He's driven in a run. He scored a run. He's also tossed out a base runner at second. And the Red Sox need him again. A 6-4 San Diego lead with 2 down. Contreras the base runner. Not much of a sample, but Willier is 1 for 3 off this guy in his career. Shot toward the wall that is up there. Laureano's going to turn and is off the green. Contreras chugging into third. He'll stop there on the double. Abreu again. And now he's a home run from the cycle. Second and third.
Well, staying on it. You know, Wandy has that changeup. Good sinker as well. This is one of the first times you've seen a lefty here drive this ball the other way. Again, fastball. Guys have been kind of just challenging these lefties with heaters away, cutters away, to try to do exactly this. And Abreu just continues to swing the ball, swing the bat.
Single, triple, and a double today. Can Yoshida come through? He also has had a good day with a pair of hits. His first 2 of the year, an RBI double and a single. So the tying runs are in scoring position. Runners in scoring position. The Red Sox have been dreadful this year. 167. Yanked, and that's fair down the line. That's going to score 2. Into second, Masataka. They will not get him. His tag was down, but not in time. And it's a 6-6 game. And a rally for the Red Sox in the 7th inning.
Oh, a big hit from Masa. Again, looked like a little changeup that he just got around and hits it down this line. That's a big 2-out rally. Started with a lefty, kind of taking a heater the other way, which is beautiful. This 91, just right down that line. Second double of the game. Big hit from Masa there to tie this up.
He is 3 for 4. Masataka now out of the game. Cedar Rafaela running for him. And representing the go-ahead run here in the 7th inning. Caleb Durbin, the batter, 0 for 2. And he will look at ball 1. A 6-6 game. Hits are even at 9. Zach Kelly is up. Worked yesterday as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Went back to the change.
Got a good one. Both those guys, Masa and Abreu, both of them. 3 hits apiece, swinging it well.
1-1 from the left-hander. Well, a couple of guys today, when it counted the most, able to come through. Abreu and Masataka Yoshida in particular. Peralta's 2-1. Downstairs, 3-1.
See Caleb just get a good pitch to hit. We talked about it before. There's a lot of contact on pitches on the edges. Get something middle, and drive it.
Cedar off second. And a 3-1. A little trickler toward third. That's going to be a fair ball. Machado will run back. Cedar Rafaela. They have him in the run down. And the tag to put him out and retire the side. But the Red Sox do tie the game. Yoshida with a double after Abreu had doubled, and it's now 6-6 at the end of 7. The official hospital of the Boston Red Sox is Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, in advancing medicine with breakthroughs in research, nationally ranked specialty care, and innovative treatments. You can learn more at bidmc.org. So the Red Sox with a 2-run rally. They have knotted this one up 6-6 to the 8th inning we go. A couple of changes. Cedar Rafaela staying in the game to play center. Duran had been in center. He moves over to left.
Ruberstein's going to stay in this game. You saw Kelly getting up quick, almost too quick. I think it just kind of tells you where you are in that pen. With Slayton throwing some pitches the other day, Chapman, see if he's available. But
Coulomb has started to warm up as well in the Red Sox bullpen. Ruberstein looked good these 2 innings. Now into his third, taking on Jackson Merrill. This is the really dangerous part of the order, minus Tatis, who lined out hard to right to end the 7th.
Merrill's been swinging it well here too. His swing looks a little bit more locked in. A couple of nice short swing line drives up the middle. Hit that comebacker to Suarez, snagged.
Machado after him, and the 1-1. Winner of this one takes the series. Two-1 in there for a called strike. Both teams have their 2 challenges remaining. And the 2-2. High fly, well hit left center, back toward the wall. Duran looking up there, and that ball is gone. Merrill with a home run. And San Diego back in front on a solo drive.
Just like that 4th inning, not giving you much time to enjoy things. All right, first hitter coming in. I said Merrill's been swinging it all game here. Has looked a lot better after a really slow start. He takes this ball the other way over the Green Monster.
The second home run allowed by the Red Sox bullpen today. Machado got the first one off Weissert back in the 5th inning.
There's the sinker, kind of middle. Stays in the middle of the field, which is what he's done all day.
0-2.
He wanted this thing a little more up. Ends up being down.
Ruberstein had been very effective first couple of innings at the big league level, but Jackson Merrill gets him with his second home run of the year. Fouled off by Machado. The defeat would drop the Red Sox to 2-7. And with a good Milwaukee team coming in. Swing and a miss on a soft sweeper at 81 to strike him out. One away for the Padres in the 8th.
That sweeper has been really effective. The sweeper cutter combination for him.
Miguel Andujar 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts, also reached on an error. And he'll take a ball. 7 runs, 10 hits for the Padres, 6 runs, 9 hits for Boston. And Ruberstein with a 2-0. Misfire there to leave that one downstairs. 3-0. Xander Bogaerts next. Xander's had a good day with a couple of hits, a couple of singles today. The 3-0 in there for the automatic strike. Padres up a run. That's going to be ball 4. So Andujar is on. That comes with 1 down.
Well, the home runs just continue to haunt this team. Offensively, it seemed like a grind at times, right? And you try to put some innings together and score some runs. Only we saw this in Houston. you're putting 3 or 4 hits around trying to score a couple of runs in one swing of the bat, the home run ball. A little over 43% of the runs the Red Sox have given up this year have been via the home run. That's, I think, 9th worst in baseball right now. Seems like they've all sort of killed you.
Yeah, for the most part, they're not solos. They're really damaging 2- and 3-run homers. Only 3 staffs in baseball have allowed more home runs. It was coming into play today. So it's not just one thing that has the Red Sox at 2-6 and in deep trouble today. Bogart's 2 for 2 with the walk. Xander had been 0 for the series until today. Andujar the base runner with 1 down. And the 0-1. Popped up but fouled back out of play. Rangers Suarez got his first start at Fenway in a Red Sox uniform today. And the Red Sox handed him a 4-0 lead. And the way he was pitching in the first 3 innings, that felt pretty good. It came apart in the 4th when he was knocked around for 4 hits, 3 runs. And he did not record an out in the 5th. So Red Sox are routinely getting pretty short starts. It's an area that's supposed to be a great strength of the ball club. Hammered toward the alley on the run. Cedar can't get to it. Andujar into third. He'll put on the brakes there, and it's another hit for Xander Bogaerts, his 3rd today, a double. It's 2nd and 3rd with 1 down for San Diego.
Sort of reached out here. We're talking about this sweeper that's been really good for him. Now these bones kind of missing the middle of the plate here in this 3rd inning from Uberstein. This ball just sort of plays perfectly right in that middle. See Cedar kind of, he was shading him more to right center to go a long way for this. Now you're going to bring the infield in.
And Ty France, the batter, his first at bat. 143, no home runs, infield drawn in. And he'll pop that up short right. Abreu coming in. Andujar at 3rd. He bluffs, but he won't try that as the throw comes in. And 2 down.
That's a big out there. A little shallow fly. You're not going to test that arm, but give yourself a chance. You really got to keep it here. Got to keep these 2 runners right where they are and get this 3rd out.
Coulomb is ready, the lefty. And Cora will go to him here. A home run in the inning, but now they've got runners at 2nd and 3rd. They need the southpaw to hold here. 7-6 San Diego. Time now for the Ford.com/local call to the bullpen. Denny Coulomb to make his 4th appearance. So far a 3.86 ERA.
Yeah, making his 4th appearance here and asked to hopefully just get this one guy. Cronenworth, the lefty. 2 outs. You got to strand it right here, down 1 run.
Well, the batter will be Jay Cronenworth. He has gone hitless today. And an absolute must that the Red Sox keep it that way. These are 2 giant runs in the 8th inning in a 1-run game. Let's see, we'll look at a strike. So Andujar and Bogaerts get their leads at 3rd and 2nd. In a very, very quiet Fenway Park. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a pop-up, short right. Marcelo out, Abreu in. Meyer makes the catch. The home run damage enough. It is 7-6 San Diego to the bottom of the 8th. Of home. Presented by Bernie and Phil. Save 15% tomorrow during Bernie and Phil's one-day Monday savings event. Milwaukee Brewers series coming up. Here's the pitching matchup. Zarowski and Crochet at Dandy on Tuesday. Bayo going on Monday. Sonny Gray on Wednesday, coming off a good one.
Brewers team playing good baseball. They continue to do it no matter who they move on from. Just play the game the right way.
Sox are down. Last half of inning number 8. Jeremiah Estrada out of their bullpen.
This guy's been electric. See that ERA? That's because opening day he gave it up. Walked 3 consecutive batters in his first appearance, but since then he's been pretty lights out.
Meyer leads it off, taking ball 1.
That fastball 96, kind of rides it up in the zone. Got a little cut to it, but the split finger is the real out pitch for him.
Red Sox had a 4-0 lead. That disappeared. They fell behind 6-4. They tied it 6-6. Now San Diego with the lead on another home run, their second of the day, to lead at 7-6. Narvaez on deck. Can they rally again to overtake the Padres in the series finale, the 2-0? Marcelo with a strikeout, a fly out, and ground out today. Kelly up for the second time. And Estrada is 2-1. By him at 93. 2-2. Roman Anthony would bat third in the 8th. 2-2 home. And in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. 1 gone.
There's that split. Kind of chased that fastball up and in, and ends up being just right there. He can't pull the trigger. Estrada came in the other night, threw 10 pitches, didn't strike anybody out. It was a clean inning for him. That Padre win yesterday.
Narvaez has beaten out an infield hit. He's 1 for 2. Did draw a walk in the 3rd inning when the Red Sox scored 4 times. The Milwaukee Brewer team has a 6-2 lead in Kansas City in a game that has gone to the 7th inning. If they win that, they will come to Boston 7-2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. .79 miles an hour with that little split. 0-2.
Yeah, you see, he rides that fastball up. Marcelo's probably thinking, attack down, stay off this fastball up, and it looked like a heater up and just drops down over the middle of the plate.
Lined into right, well hit, but Tatis Jr. there for the stab, and that is out number 2. Top of the order, Roman Anthony next. Romo without a hit today. He's 0 for 3. Did score a run after taking ball 4 in the 3rd.
Timing seems to be off a little bit. We talk so much about that eye that he has. Swinging a lot, maybe more than usual. Swinging and missing a lot.
The Red Sox are in such desperate need of somebody to become that guy, and by that I mean over 4 or 5 months. Wilyer Abreu's doing it right now, largely on his own. And so much talk about Roman being that guy. Got off that great start on opening day with 3 hits.
Yeah, we talked about it before. The expectations are very high in this kid, and eventually it's going to get there. But this league's a tough league. Got to respect this league. Year 2, they're going to try to find everything they can. He'll make the adjustments. He's just that good. Just out of the gates, a little slow.
He'll got a fastball there, 2-1. Two men out, nobody aboard. 8th inning, 7-6 San Diego. And Estrada's 2-1. was tempted, but he held off that heater. 3-1.
That's why you can't try to do it all yourself. You know, that one inning you mentioned, a couple of walks kind of led to some momentum. You get a good pitch to here. There's no need to expand and to try to do too much.
Rattles that one to Machado, who's basically playing shortstop, and down he goes. Red Sox are retired in order in the 8th. Presented by New England Chevy dealers together. Let's drive.
Difference in the game right here. The sinker middle. Merrill Kelly's been swinging the bat real well all day today. It was a solo shot. The game was tied, but in the 8th, the lead off. That shot there made it 7-6. San Diego is where we sit right now.
So Zach Kelly here in the 9th inning. Absolute must that he keeps it 7-6, his second appearance. And Gavin Sheets is going to hit. He will bat in the 9th spot, followed by Laureano and Tatis Jr. So they'll get a left-handed hitter up there, hitting .250, no home runs.
Zach had a good inning yesterday. 9 pitches. Good 1 inning of clean work. He threw strikes. Got a strikeout, no walks. It was the best of Zach Kelly. Now he's just looking for consistency to come out here and do it again a second night.
1-0 in there for a strike. Well, we had Chief Baseball Officer Craig Breslow with us back in the 2nd inning. The first thing we were talking about is, what can you say to fans? What can you say to everybody about where the club is at 2-6, and what does that mean? And you know, he talked about what we've mentioned several times, such a long season, so early in the season, but to the guys in the dugout and everybody else, with every subsequent defeat, doesn't feel as early anymore.
Feeling really good, weren't you, in that 4th inning, 3rd inning, up 4-0?
Yeah.
The long ball kind of hurt you in this one. Now you got arguably the most dominant pitcher in baseball out there waiting for you in the 9th, Mason Miller.
Throwing 101. 2-2 to Sheets.
Got Abreu coming up 4th next inning. Finished off that cycle with a home run. Be some drama.
That's what he needs. That would do it. 3-2 pitch. Shot out to center field. Stayed on. Trying to chase that down just out of his reach. Sheets into second base. Pulls up with a double coming off the bench.
This ball's hit hard off the bat. Got him to 3-2. It was a cutter. Kind of down and in that sweet spot for lefties. Cedon gets a break on it. Need a little more height to be able to run underneath it. Just that line drive rocket.
Top of the order in Laureano, 0 for 4. And looks at a strike at 96.
108.6 off the bat.
And both of these teams are offensively challenged through this point in the season, but today's been a little bit different. San Diego's had a lot of hard hit balls. 0-2 the count. And including a couple of home runs, Merrill and Machado. Machado's was a 3-run homer in the 5th inning, his first of the year, and that really stung. Big cut, fastball, 0-2. Laureano with a pair of home runs for the year. So obviously a giant run standing at second with nobody out in the 9th in a 1-run contest. Crowd officially 29,240. And a 1-2. Breaking ball did not get the edge. 2-2. Sheets off the bag at second. Gently hit. The runner will take off, throw to first in time, and sliding into third is Sheets, just 90 feet away.
That man warming up. Not quite a run. Getting one on him is hard enough. Getting two off him, even more difficult. Infield's going to be drawn in here. Sheets kind of held up with the comebacker the minute Kelly saw he had to rush it a little bit to get Laureano down the line. He took off right away and got to third.
There's Tatis Jr. Hurt the Red Sox late yesterday. Now he's up again in the 9th inning with that man at third and one away. He has a double, a strikeout, and a liner to right today. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. Not off to a great start, but such a dangerous bat. Two and 0 on Tatis Jr. Infield in. Kelly checks the runner and the 2-0. High fly into right field. Abreu backing up. It's going to be plenty deep enough. He will make the catch. Here's the tag. Sheets tagging up and he will score. Big run. San Diego up 2. And Tatis Jr. no hit this time, but a big RBI.
It is just a heater away. Fell behind 2-0 to a hitter. Man on third. Big part of the ballpark. He didn't try to pull this ball to left, hit it out of the park. Used a big part of the park, get in the air, get a run in.
So the bases are empty for Jackson. Merrill's had a big day with 3 hits, 2 singles, a home run. He scored 3 times. He's done damage out of that 3 spot. 8-6 San Diego, 9th inning. Stroked into left field. Duran on the move, leaping up and snatches that to retire the side. The Padres score again. We're in the middle of the 9th inning. 8-6 San Diego. Time for our game summary. It's presented by Sullivan Tire, official tire and auto service of the Red Sox. We've been forced to rally a couple of times today, and we'll have to do it again against one of the best in the business in the right-hander, Mason Miller.
Well, not easy to do. This kid's on a run. Last 25 appearances, 27 1/3 scoreless runs. He has struck out 58 of the 95 batters he faced. That is 61%.
And he has a 2-run lead.
He's just, I know he's not a starter. He's the most dominant pitcher in baseball. His schoolboy schemes, whatever it is, they start, I get it. But for 1 inning, 102 with one of the best sliders in the game.
Fermin doing the catching for him here in the bottom of the 9th, and it's 2 strikes on Trevor Story.
You got to fight. You got to stay in the middle of the field. Try to fight off that 102. Got to get a base runner on here to try to give it a shot.
Story, Duran, Contreras in the 9th. And then 2 strikes on Trevor. And a cut and a miss for strike 3 on the slider. 1 down.
Just 3 nasty sliders right in there. Look where that last one ends up. You got to respect 102. Back of your mind, you think he's going to slide me to death, but you still got to time up 102 and react.
Story 1 for 5. Jarren Duran a double back in the 3rd inning. Best moment of the game for the Red Sox when they took a 4-0 lead. Quickly disappeared though with 3 runs in the 4th, 3 more in the 5th inning for the Padres.
And that top of the 4th was the killer. You know, 4-0, a team that's struggling offensively, put up a 0, go 4-0 and go into the 5th, but they put up 3 and knew they were right back into that ball game.
As well as Ranger Suarez pitched in the first 3 innings. It was not the case in the 4th. He got knocked around and they got right back in it and then overtook the Red Sox and it's been chasing ever since. The 1-1, 101 miles an hour.
I remember seeing this kid for the first time a few years back out in Oakland. We were talking about him. You're like, wow, that year that's when he really kind of came on the scene, closing games out.
One and 2 on Duran. Contreras to hit next. 1 down in the last half of the 9th inning. Swung on and missed to strike him out. Fermin will have to throw on to complete the K. This kid just makes you feel helpless. The great closers do.
Struck out 3 last night. Again, that slider down in the dirt. I already showed you 101. You're thinking that's what I'm going to get here down the middle. Let's put a swing on it. Just disappeared.
So Sox are down to their last man. Contreras without a hit, although he did reach in a fielder's choice in the 7th inning and scored a run. When the Sox got a couple and tied up the game. 101. No matter how close, it's close.
When you hear it.
2 down, nobody aboard. San Diego 1 out away from winning the series. Eight runs, 12 hits for the Padres, 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Red Sox. And the 2-0 past him at 100 on the dot. Well, San Diego did not get a good start out of Walker Buehler. Neither team got a great start. Here's the 2-1. Just going heat again, 2-2. You're hearing the crowd react at 100, 101, 102. He's trying to strike out the side in the 9th inning. Miller ready, and the 2-2 to Contreras. Dan just blew him away. That time a slider to strike him out. He strikes out the side. The Red Sox fall to 2-7 on the season. With Milwaukee coming in, they're 7-2. And it has gotten ugly fast here at Fenway Park.
Started off pretty good here. You're up 4-0 again. Gave it up in the 4th, 5th. The long ball is hurting you. Right now, if you're the Red Sox, really not much you can do other than you show up tomorrow. Listen, these guys have been through it. You put your work in, you get your work in, you start this game, feel good about yourself against Milwaukee, and go out and try to win a series. No one's going to feel sorry for yourself. For them, that's for sure. 2-7 is not what you want, but you got to show up and try to win a series coming up here next.
Red Sox have been unable to do that yet. Unable to win a series. San Diego takes this one 2-1. Stay tuned. For WB Mason Extra Innings Live, TC, Jim, and Pat will break it down, and they'll preview the 3 games coming up with Milwaukee.